Jane Harman is an incumbent Democrat who thinks of herself as a Republican, who funds Wall Street and wars, who was wiretapped conspiring against the United States, but who stopped the New York Times from running the wiretapping story so that Bush could have a second term in office. Marcy Winograd is an activist leader who will organize in Congress against wars and Wall Street in a way that no current Congress member now does. Marcy won 38%, challenging Harman last election with very little help, and she's challenging her again. Jane Harman has refused to ever debate Marcy Winograd, but showed up recently at the California Democratic Party convention, where Winograd very nearly, some would say successfully, denied Harman the endorsement of the state party. And when both candidates were asked to speak on a panel, Winograd accepted and Harman declined. But when Winograd had to leave, Harman then quickly joined the panel. Alerted that the incumbent was now seated on the stage, Marcy Winograd returned and surprised Jane Harman and conducted a brief debate before Harman suddenly had to flee again. Let's listen to what happened. Here's Marcy Winograd.
I think that we need to revisit our economic agenda and say, you know what? We can no longer sustain, nor do we want to sustain, this permanent war economy. We need to transition to a new green economy. What does this have to do with the race in the 36th congressional district? Everything. Because in our district, we have a huge aerospace industry. How criminal it is that we give our youth such limited choices. Build a bomb or build a rocket. You know what? We can harness the talent, the expertise, the know-how of this district to create productive jobs, to invest in housing, education, healthcare, transportation, not to perpetuate a war economy that is draining us, robbing us of money that we desperately need for our own needs.
Okay.
I challenge my opponent to stop voting for this war machine.
Okay. You know what? Slogans won't solve problems. Solving problems is hard. And the choice isn't between healthcare and warfare or jobs and war. The choice is between ways to project America's good values to create more peace in the world, which I am strongly for, and to understand that we also confront some evil in this world. And I strongly believe that. And if you don't believe that, you ought to travel to places like Yemen or the tribal areas of Pakistan, where there are many good and decent people, but there also are some people hiding out and about who are trying to attack us and everything we stand for. And let them come up with the best solution. I would say this, though. Without apology, I support Israel as a Jewish state living side by side with a free and independent Palestine, respecting the rights of all peoples. And I apologize, but I have to leave to go to a few more caucuses.
I would just say that if you do support a two-state solution, and I would support that to end the misery and the pain and the suffering, but if you support that, Congresswoman Harman, I urge you to speak out on the settlements, because with ever-expanding settlements, there is no Palestinian state.